Hey everyone, how's it going? I am MisterBo, and patch 2.3.0, the one about the hunters, is now live in Destiny, and in this video we're going to be going over some of the changes that have come with this update. Now, there were quite a few different changes to the different subclasses for the hunter, warlock and the titan, so many changes in fact that I'm not going to be able to cover them in this video. So if you do want to go check them out for yourself, I will leave a link in the description below over to bungie.net where you can read the full list of changes. But in this video I'm going to be going over all the other changes that have come out with this update. So firstly, let's start off with weapons, and in general they have fixed an issue where the year 2 version of the Thunderlord was not available for some players in the kiosk. They have fixed an issue where the incorrect UI bars were displayed on the red Spectre. They have fixed an issue where the exotic machine gun stability was ignoring the base stat for recoil that affected the Thunderlord and super good advice. And they have fixed an issue where the Defiance of Yasmin did not have the adjusted zoom for sniper rifles introduced in the 2.2.0, which was the last patch, which was 5 times, and they have increased the inventory stat by 10. With auto rifles, they have reduced the damage of high rate of fire autos by 6%, mainly the doctrine of passing. With hand cannons, they have increased the initial accuracy and decreased accuracy drop for low range hand cannons. They have made damage fall off curves steeper to better coincide with intended effective range of hand cannons, and small increase to PvE damage to all hand cannons, the amount depending on enemy class. When it comes to ammo, it now takes less time for your ghost to automatically grab ammo for you when you're running low on ammo. There is a change to an exotic. There's a slight reduction to the Hawkmoon stability by -5, and for perks there's a slight reduction to the counterbalance effectiveness, reduces 80% of recoil angle instead of 90. We can then move on to armor, and there's only one change here, and it's to the exotic Twilight Garrison. They have moved tactical air support ability to a single dodge on a 3-second cooldown. Moving on to activities and missions, the alternate ending to the Paradox can now be completed at any time by selecting it from the director on the heroic difficulty. The alternate ending to Lost to Light can now be completed at any time by selecting it from the director on the heroic difficulty, and the Firewall mission will now be available as soon as the player has turned in the required items to access it. Some changes to the Prison of Elders. The level 41 Prison of Elders activity tooltip now properly indicates weekly legendary mark rewards. These weekly legendary mark rewards are shared with the weekly heroic strike playlist and may be earned from either activity. Challenge of the Elders. Varix grows impatient. Point deduction now grows more severe the longer you are given in a section. The point deduction equals 50 times the number of times he has grown impatient. 2 changes to the Crucible. All weekly rotating activities in Crucible now feature weekly rewards, and they have fixed an issue where Trials of Osiris boon icons from the House of Wolves persisted after deleting a Trials passage. Moving on to items, there are 3 new Chroma colors that have been added: orange, magenta and green. These have a chance to be found in the Sterling Treasures or from dismantling the Spectre gear set. They have fixed an issue where players who did not own the Taken King could purchase Sterling Treasures from Eververse. Desolate class items are now correctly listed as guaranteed items instead of possible on the Sterling Treasure preview. They have fixed an issue where daily heroic story missions that were from the House of Wolves were not properly awarding legendary marks. They have fixed an issue where the Road Unraveled ship would be obtainable from future War Cult faction packages under certain circumstances. They have fixed an issue where the Kicks Dance emote was not displaying proper announcement text, and they have fixed an issue where Varix would not sell the Dreadfang sword if the player obtained and dismantled the sword on all characters. And finally, there are some changes to the UI. They have fixed an issue where equipping the Armor of Val's New Monarchy ship caused a false postmaster notification, and your friends are now displayed in the director when hovering over activities they are currently playing. So those are all the changes that dropped with update 2.3.0. Of course, as I previously mentioned, there are a ton of changes, most notably to the hunter subclasses that I will leave a link to in the description below if you want to go and read through all of them yourself. But these changes seem to be pretty cool. I am happy to see there are more Chroma colors coming in. Hopefully they can add more in the future as well. There does seem to be an issue with this patch that I've noticed in which you can't actually see any of the players, they're all invisible, and some people can only output 2 damage to people in PvP. So hopefully they get that all fixed pretty soon, but I think this is a good update. Let me know what you guys guys think in the comments below. Are you happy to see there are more Chroma colors introduced? And if you've read through the changes to the subclasses, let me know what you think of those. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys missed my previous video in which I talked about bringing back the community ideas series, or you want to find out what this series is about, then you can click the image on screen or the link in the description below. If you guys enjoyed this video, feel free to give the like button a big old hug and subscribe for tons more Destiny content and coverage. Hope you guys have an awesome day. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye bye.